Welcome back with me, Axel again. This is gameplay for Hawk, and we are going to evolve NAYAD BROBOTS into SSS class for today. So let's get started. And this is like which BROBOTS actually I'm going to have for now is probably this NAYAD and HORNET. I'm curious where probably the lasers will have like improvement in the looks and as well for the power. So these all the NAYAD's perks. I'm going to test this BROBOT first on one of the stage. Right, let's test it right here. SS 140 before evolving this BROBOT into SSS class. Alright, so the stage is gonna be this. Let's see if NAYAD laser is strong enough for eliminating most of the enemies. Get ready for this. Destroy 134 targets. That's a lot of targets to handle. With the maximum rating I have right now. Slay with Legatus. Now NAYAD just get ready for NAR action. Waiting for NAR 1 to recharge. This is kinda like taking a while. Using Raiden. Right, great. Raiden counterfire just helped me out on that one. Against the mini boss. Right, took a little bit of effort for taking it down, I guess. Let's see about this laser. Counter fire did great. We have 6 more enemies to handle. Great. Now let's see about this. We have incoming planes. NAYAD just just doing great. The incoming damage again. That's pretty great. Most of the planes are getting slayed right away. Victory for the stage. Alright, let's see if I can handle some more of this stage. First of all, need to evolve the BROBOT. Let's get back. NAYAD to SSS. Alright. The other perks won't likely to improve except for these new perks that is getting unlocked. Right, improvement in the level. I'm going to upgrade until 151. Like always, just to compare whether this 10 or 11 increase in levels. That will be like, alright, on the same stage, heroic mode. Let's test this out. NAYAD with this special laser. Is it going to be improved or just staying the same? Right, I think that the laser will not make any much difference. Maybe in the maximum SSS class. Let's see about this. I wish that NAYAD laser would get a lot bigger than what it's supposed to be. Right, let's see about this. Counter fire, mixing up with NAYAD ability. Slay with Legatus. I think that NAYAD does a great job on this one. I think does better in terms of power for this SSS class. How about the previous one? Of course, it's weaker than the current one. Alright. Getting to handle most of these planes. Nice. Alright. Trying to get rid those triple balls. Counter fire. Did great. That's the power of these combos. NAYAD, Legatus, and Raiden. Trying to take out this very last boss. Right. Come on, please do this. Counter fire. Great. Victory for the stage. Alright, and as well, what should I do with this NAYAD? And right, I'm trying to keep this BROBOT at maximum level right now for another test. Right, so all of this protection upgrade. Let's see, the main weapon, is there like any changes? We have like previously 151 and now it's at maximum 200. That's like more or less like almost 50 level difference. Right, the same, not the same stage. I'm going to pick NAR 1. Here goes for the stage. I'm so excited to see this maximum NAYAD. Alright, the laser has not much difference. Maybe the color is a little bit bright. I'm not sure about this. What's the difference between this NAYAD laser previously and now? Maybe that's already the maximum of NAYAD laser. Trying this stage. These sealers, I have to get rid of them. Counter fire. Just did great. Alright. NAYAD has just been released by locking planes. Right now for nar1, slay with Legatus. I just trigger NAYAD. Nice. Now these triple bombs of the buildings. Right, just release the overdrive. Testing the overdrive as well. I love all of these lasers animations. They've just been great. Yes. Nice. Triggering our counter fire. Just to get rid most of the crowds. Right, nice. So doing a pretty good job on this one. I think NAYAD is pretty decent on the triple S class. Except for the look of the laser, it's just a little bit of the improvement. Well, more or less about the power, that's what is what we are upgrading the NAYAD for. Alright. So the next, I'm going back and I think I'm going to have another Hornet. Let's do another showcase for this plane. This robot, I mean. Right. Hornet. Before we maxing this out and before we evolve the Hornet, I'm going to try this at the R stage. How about 195? Getting some of the overdrives. Alright, here goes for Hornet. Let's take a look at the lasers. 1, 2, and 3 triple lasers, and I think that lasers for Hornet, I think it's getting like it's a lot thinner than the previous one, the previous versions that I've ever played with Hornet. But the most important thing is there's another power that Hornet can inflict on the enemies. Another damage. Right. We have this. What happened with the rockets? Never mind. Trying this. Trying against the small planes. I think Hornet doesn't do a great damage on them. Right, this is the SS 140. Alright, against the mini boss. Nice. Taking it down. Let's try some lasers and summoning the Hornets. Right, nice. Some of these buildings, just be careful. Especially when those buildings unhide themselves and calling out all of the rockets. Right, some sealers. These planes, sealer planes, not gonna make it. Right, I'm getting sealed again. Right, the shooters from the hidden buildings. Alright, got it. Summoning the Hornet, that was very useful for trying to get all of those enemies. Right, releasing the overdrive. Nice, took down the building, took down the ball or anything on the screen. Nice, and plus the Hornet. Nice combo for wiping up the screen. Alright, slaying with Legatus, and again victory for this one. And the moment that I've been waiting for, I'm so excited to evolving this robot, another robot to triple S class. This Hornet is gonna be great. Just 140. Of course, the perks would likely to stay the same. How about the increase in the animations or whatever the look of the lasers? We got this. Upgrading up until 11 levels, like always. 10 or 11, that should be sufficient. Right. Increasing the firepower of Brobot's main weapon. Let's test this out. 195. I'm going to solo the stage. Buying the overdrive. Right. To full state mode. Great. So what we must do is testing this out. Alright, the laser seems to have like a different animation. In terms of like the look for the laser is just not much different. I wish that laser would stay bigger instead of getting well, stay the same. Right. So the triple laser, double laser, I think it got stronger from what I've seen from before. It destroyed a little bit of the buildings without the help of the Hornet overdrive. Alright, great. So let's test this out against the boss. against the boss. Alright, not much of inflicting damage over there. Alright, trying to summon the Hornet. Alright, use laser. Not bad. I'm just using the Brobot to finish him off. Right, another small planes. Trying to summon Hornets. Trying to get rid of these planes. Again, we have to win on the stage. We are almost winning. Right, summoning Hornet after this. Yes, it's great. Just to protect me from all of those hidden buildings. This Hornet is very necessary. Right, counter fire. Right, triple laser. Right, got it. So that's more or less about Hornet. Alright, we are almost winning. Balls, balls, and balls. That shoots lasers. Right, flying. Right, great. Got the rockets, and everything else is pretty much settled. So I'm pretty much satisfied of this evolving the Hornet. Like always, we have to max the Hornet just for another showcase for a video. So we have more or less the same perks. Increasing the level doesn't increase any of these perks. Like always, it's just like trying to explain it again. Alright, for another stage, shall I do this? One of the hardest stage currently is against the worm. Let's test this out. Can Hornet or Hornet versus worm, who is gonna win? Destroy 65 targets. Right, slay with Legatus. That's the quickest way to get rid of those drones in the back. Summoning Hornet. Right, not gonna make it through. Hornet barrier. Against myself. Great. Clearing up anything on the screen. Right, don't stay at the middle because there is a plane that coming from the back. The counter fire. Alright, did great on just. Alright, there is a hidden plane. Just slay with Legatus. Alright, summoning Hornet. Oh my goodness, there is another worm, incoming worm. Not bad at all for trying to get rid of that. Yes, pretty good. Alright, got my back. Another triple drones. I just slayed with Legatus. Great. I'm not sure if this will be sufficient enough in legendary mode. Mostly heroic mode is still doable, but on legendary mode it's kind of different, and you have to be like taking care of yourself against all of these worms. They are so massive. They have massive health, and they have like they are coming like always into worms in a single hole. Right. Now we have the next setup. I'm going to change into Gambit. I think I'm going to pair Hornet and Nayad. Actually, it's not really a good idea. Well, you have to use one of the speedboat. But for this purpose, I'm just trying out randomly. Well, don't expect me to kill all of the enemies, but just trying to dodge and test this out. Where these two pair of robots have like probably the special I'm not sure what that ability is, hidden ability or whatever. Triggering this, and the reload speed has tremendously decreased. Oh my goodness. Alright, there are so many increase the enemies numbers. 199 heroic mode. It's not gonna be easy. Alright, trying to dodge. Oops, one got me. Alright, incoming rockets. Maybe I should use the overdrive. No, well, not much of that these two robots can do with main weapons anyway. Alright. So trying to get rid whatever coming out from the hole. Against these planes. Right, one that coming out from the back. Careful with that. Extra overdrive drop, that is gonna be useful. No worm on the stage. The extra overdrive, and see that I can only use maybe one time for all of these robots that I have equipped. So no speed reload bolt. This is what the cost. You cannot really do anything on this. Right, got it. Victory for that one. Well, at least I made the victorious attempt. It's not really a recommended setup between Hornet and Nayad, but at least these two robots are recommended to get paired with the other speedboat. Alright, so Hornet at maximum level and you have Nayad at maximum level. Well, both are getting stronger of course after these upgrades. Well, I would love to see more of the improvement in the looks of the laser. There is something like spirals or whatever plus laser. Right, so I think this is all my gameplay for today, and thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave thumbs up as always, and goodbye. For this risk and trying to get the bomb again. Right, the second part for the boss. Alright, the bomb doesn't seem to be working perfectly on this phase. I think the boombox is getting stronger. Right, trying to get a drop. Throw the bomb again. Nicely done. Right, wrist just went away directly on the body. That's great. Alright, throwing the bomb. It's all about bombing. And yes, the boss is dying.